Alright, so today I primered the car. I took off the hood scoops. A fella here on YouTube by the name of Boussier, or however you pronounce that. Anyway, I call him George. George is a retired certified body man, and he says, take those off, man, you'll be messing up if you paint with those things on there, and he was right. I took them off, and the plastic that was on it was all dry rotted, and it had caked up stuff from where I had done some painting and priming on it before. It was all piled up. So I took that off, sanded it, and primered it. Primered the whole car. Taped off the engine. I used some plastic to tape up the windows, and the plastic was actually very good to work with. Where did I put that stuff? Here it is. It came in a roll at Harbor Freight for like $9. And I got these cool wheel cover things for $9 at Harbor Freight. There's a set of 4 of them. They got a little wire in them, and they're heavy duty canvas. And they covered up the wheels just perfect. That way I didn't have to worry about getting any paint on the wheels. I've already got some primer on one of these wheels that I got to take off with some thinner. But so I brought her in here and cleaned her up good and made sure all my low spots were good, and went ahead and put on a coat or two of primer. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there are professional body men and whatnot, and you'll probably use some version of primer and whatnot that comes from other professionals such as yourself. I am not a professional, and I do not have access to get any of that stuff unless I buy it online. Or I know Darren was nice enough to offer, his wife was, if you need some stuff, just let me know and I'll send it to you. Well, I feel kind of weird about that. I mean, VW Darren is a heck of a guy, and he's doing a lot for the YouTube community and for people trying to do it yourself everywhere. But I really am doing it on a really thin budget. So I went to the auto parts place and I found this Rustoleum primer. Now, it says on the back here to mix some reducer on it. Well, you wouldn't believe what I had to do to find some reducer. They sell stuff like acetone and paint thinner and mineral spirits, but I had a hard time finding this reducer. Ended up finding it at a different auto parts store. I got like 5 different auto parts stores that I got different things from. One will carry one thing but not the other. It's weird. Anyway, this reducer works good. It just says mix 1 to 1. So I just used a cup here. I found my little ounces on the side. And I started off, pretty low budget here. Since it don't have a 14 and it goes up to 28, and I figured I need some room to mix it. I just did it to 12 on that, and then I added up to 24 ounces on the reducer. And I got this neat tool from Harbor Freight. I tell you what, Harbor Freight's been good to help me out here for doing something cheap. Got this for $2.99. See that? What I did was I cracked the lid on that Rustoleum primer, and inside there, when you open it up, it looks brown with some oily stuff on top of it. And then you just stick that in there and start working it around slow, and then get it faster and faster. And that gray comes up and mixes in with that oil, which is perfect. So then what I did was I mixed it in here with that specialty reducer, and then I sat it down on this plastic again, and I blended it up again. I guess that's what you'd call that, a paint blender or a mixer of some kind. Works great. I tell you what, if you're doing a project like this, it would behoove of you to go get one of them things. I know Harbor Freight's probably not the only place to find one, but that just happens to be where I found mine. So, with that said, I mixed it up, sprayed it in my little sprayer, and you'd be surprised how fast that stuff comes out. But it looks great. I'm happy with it. I'm going to let this dry, and heck, I might even spray some blue paint on there. Now I know, like I said, there are some professionals out there who are going to look at this and go, God, you dummy, you're messing it up, and blah, 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 blah. Well, that's too bad. It's mine to mess up, so. I got me some fine pin striping here so I can do my flames with. Alright, here's my paints, sort of. Rustoleum Gloss Sail Blue. Let's see here. Proper conditions. Don't paint your car with it, idiot. Okay, this says painting. Stir thoroughly. If thinning is necessary, thin material only with mineral spirits or acetone. For brush or roller, well, I don't say for sprayer because nobody in their right mind would spray paint their car with Gloss Sail Blue Rustoleum paint in a can. But guess what? I'm just that lunatic. Because there ain't nobody standing here next to me to tell me, no, don't do that. Even though I know right now you're watching this on your computer and you're all cringing. Especially, you know, professionals like VW Darren and Pisser Channel. Y'all just be beside yourselves. I bet George would probably have a heart attack watching this. But anyhow, I just figured I'd keep y'all up to date what's going on. You can see where it's still kind of wet in some spots. Those aren't actually low spots, it's just wet. But I took the headlights out because I didn't want to tape those up again, and it was such a pain in the butt. And I got to thinking about it, and I thought, man, that'd just be better if I just take those out. So that's what I did. So, she's looking good. I'm excited. You can't tell it because I'm on camera, but I'm excited. Excuse me. My coffee's coming up to burp in my mouth. Ugh, that's sexy. Alright, well, that's enough of walking around the car. I'm daydreaming. I just figured y'all be daydreaming with me. It's a beautiful day out here. Another sunny day in paradise. And of course I ain't got a paint booth and the wind's blowing and I got some random wasp flying around here going, hey man, what you doing? You're painting, you dummy. You can't believe you're using Rustoleum paint. See him? He's flying around. He's trying to find a place to make a home. Better not make no home in his garage. He'll die because his garage stays closed more than it does open. But anywho, y'all have a splendid day.